My name is Dr. Stephen O'Connor. I'm a Government of Ireland postdoctoral fellow in the Centre for Contemporary Irish History at Trinity College Dublin, and I've just written a book entitled Irish Officers in the British Forces from 1922 to 1945. And the book looks at the reasons why Southern Irish men continued to join the British officer corps after 1922, when Ireland became independent and set up its own armed forces. The person on the front cover of my book is Surgeon Lieutenant Hugh Doyle, who was a doctor from Dublin. He joined the Royal Navy's medical service after the outbreak of war. On D-Day he was serving on the troopship RMS Victoria, and he had to deal with the aftermath of an American soldier who had taken his own life. He argued with the American commanding officer, who intended to inform the soldier's family that their son had committed suicide. Doyle told the officer he should spare them such details. Ireland was neutral during the war. Southern Ireland, or ERA as it was called at that time, was neutral during the war, but there was significant involvement from Southern Ireland in the British forces during World War II. And the estimates at the moment are that between 60 and 70,000 Southern Irish people served in the British forces during World War II. On D-Day there was 2 battalions of the Royal Ulster Rifles involved. One of the battalions landed on the night of the 5th of June, landed by glider in Normandy, and the other battalion landed on D-Day on the beaches. There was also many Irish involved in other airborne units that were landing in Normandy. So one of the Irish officers involved in the in Operation Overlord, the invasion of Normandy in France, was Captain Riccardo Navin. Captain Riccardo Navin was from an Anglo-Irish family in Wexford. He had served in the First World War. He had left the Royal Navy after the First World War, and he came back. He was taken back into the Royal Navy during the Second World War. He served in the Combined Operations Division, which was responsible for the coordination of the Army and Royal Navy in amphibious operations. And his role was instrumental in the execution and the planning of Operation Overlord. Mary Morris from Galway was a nurse serving in the Queen Alexandra's Imperial Military Nursing Service, called the QAs for short. She held the equivalent rank of an Army Lieutenant, and she landed in Normandy 13 days after D-Day. Her war diaries, which talk about her experiences in Normandy, are about to be published in June. Father Dan Cummings from Belfast served as a chaplain to the 3rd Battalion of the Irish Guards who were fighting in Normandy. In his letters home, he wrote about the SS, which the Irish Guards were fighting in Normandy. He spoke about their fanaticism, and because he was a fluent speaker of German, he was able to interact with many of the prisoners and got a valuable insight into the mindset of these young fanatical soldiers.